As parents, it can be difficult to figure out when do we encourage our kids and really have a high expectation, and when do we let them have more of a choice? How can we manage that and balance that? It can be a tricky act. I often say the juggle is real. So oftentimes, our kids maybe signed up for a sport. Maybe we signed them up when they were really young, and we pictured they would do this throughout high school and maybe even at a collegiate level. I don't know if any of you have pictured that for your kids, but many have. And maybe it's just a sport we want them to finish and participate in throughout high school. But sometimes our kids show up with a different idea for themselves. Maybe they are sick of that sport, or they don't want to participate anymore. And there are other variables playing into that decision. So as parents, how do we show up? How do we show up in a way that is respectful to them, and also letting go of maybe some of our expectations that we've had for them? And is that okay to let go of some of those expectations? Sometimes we may feel like, I can't let go of that, they have to do that, and it's just what you've envisioned for them. But I'm here to tell you today, we need to be willing to leave space to change expectations. And that may be your expectation of them and what they have hoped for themselves. So here's an example of this in our own personal family. So my son, he is 16 years old and he's a junior in high school. He will be a senior next year. And he just finished up his second year on the mountain bike team, which has been a fabulous experience. He's met new friends and he's learned trails all around our area, and it has just overall been a great experience, which we expected he would just finish through high school. But he communicated to us that he didn't want to do it his senior year, which was somewhat of a surprise. So we talked through it. We listened to all of his reasons, and we had the expectation that he would finish this. We just pictured he would finish that throughout his senior year. But when he presented some reasons why he desired to not continue with that his senior year, we left space for him to truly make that decision for himself. We talked about all the pros and the cons. It was even presented to him and offered to be a team captain. And we explained, oh my goodness, what an honor that they would think of you and pick you to be a team captain your senior year. That's going to look so good on college resumes. But we have to consider the child's opinion and desire. Even though we as adults know, oh, that's an amazing opportunity, he presented some other ideas where he thought, this isn't how I want to spend my senior year. And though I love mountain biking and I want to continue to use the trails and get out there as often as possible, I don't enjoy racing. That's what he communicated to us. Like, it kind of takes the fun out of it for me. So we felt like we needed to honor his decision and the way he was feeling. He didn't love racing. He doesn't like the competition part of it. And you know what? Some of us are born more competitive. We just have more of that competitive personality, and some people are not. And it is okay to not be competitive. It is okay to just go out and ride for enjoyment and not participate at a competitive level. So we realized we needed to honor that. And the other thought that came to us is also, he is about to leave home. In a year, he's going to move out, and he is going to be making big decisions in his life. It is so important that he has the opportunity right now, while he's still at home, and has some guidance from parents and can have some input, that he can learn how to make those important decisions on his own and learn that he can trust his decisions. And so we felt like even though this wasn't what we envisioned for him, we felt like, this is a good time to honor this choice for him and let him not do the mountain bike team. Choose not to. Choose to mountain bike at his own pace on the trails that he loves in the area that we live, and just do it at a non-competitive level. Just do it with friends and siblings, and sometimes even on his own. So what was also tricky about the situation was my daughter, who is older than him. She had done it in high school as well, and we had watched her go throughout her senior year and finish off mountain biking. And it was an incredible experience for her as well. She met so many good friends, and she was able to be on a leadership team, on the GRIT leadership team, which was so good for her. She could be an ambassador for GRIT. And again, another opportunity that looked so good on a college resume. So we had watched her go through this, and we had watched her be successful in mountain biking and this college application, and how that GRIT ambassador really did help her and helped her with scholarships. So we envisioned the same thing for our son, that he would again have these same opportunities that she had. And while he had the same opportunities, he chose a different path. And that's okay. That's where we need to arrive as the parents, that it's okay for your kids to have a different path than one another. They are individuals, and we need to respect and honor that their path is going to look different from one another. And that is okay. In fact, it's a great thing. So while my daughter had this awesome path and finished mountain biking her senior year and just loved everything about it, even though she wasn't competitive, she still wanted to be on the team and do the competitive sport. And then had that leadership opportunity, which led to scholarship opportunities. It's okay that my son chose a different path. And I think sometimes as parents, we have these expectations where we think, oh, it's going to look like this, and my kid's life's going to look like this, because for a portion of their life, we can control those things. For a portion of their life, we can make those big decisions for them, what we're going to sign them up for. Maybe they want to do soccer or baseball, and they play it for years and years and years. And then they decide, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. And there's so many reasons why they may make that decision. It may be because they're burnt out, or they don't feel competitive, or it may be that they want to try something different. There are so many reasons why kids switch it up, and that's okay. I think that we need to show up as the parents and be mature enough to know, you know what, we should respect their decision. They need to make bigger decisions in the future, and they need to start making those decisions for themselves right now while they're still at home. So there doesn't need to be a lot of drama about it. There doesn't need to be huge disappointment, but there can be a plan. You can say, okay, that's fine that you have chosen to not do that sport. What do you plan to do instead to stay physically active? How do you plan to use your time wisely? You know, because those are some great things around sports, that they're involved with peers, and that they it's a great social engagement with peers, but also to stay physically active. That's so good for us physically and mentally. So if you choose to not go that route, what do you choose to do instead? And that's what we did with our son. So even though that's fine, you don't want to be on the team, he still let us know, but I still want to mountain bike, and I still want to get out there, and I plan to still do that. So we will support him in that decision. And again, it is okay for your children. It is okay for your children to have a different path than one another. For one to finish out something and go a certain way, and another one to make a different decision. It's important as parents that we show up and we honor their decisions. By honoring their decisions, we actually strengthen the relationship. They want us involved. They want to come to us and ask more questions and make sure that we're a part of it. If we have a big reaction and show big disappointment, they may not want to talk to us about it. So it's so important and crucial as the parent that you stay calm, you don't overreact, you stay calm, and you talk to them about their choices.